The year is 2025. Donald Trump, after a tumultuous 4 years out of office, has returned to the White House. His victory, fueled by promises of restoring American dominance and a hardline stance on trade, has sent shockwaves across the globe. The world watches with bated breath as the former president, known for his unpredictable nature and penchant for protectionist policies, takes the helm of the world's largest economy once more. Trump's return to power signals a resurgence of economic nationalism and a departure from decades of globalization. His campaign rhetoric, laced with calls to bring back jobs and reduce the trade deficit, particularly with China, resonated with voters who felt left behind by the forces of globalization. The global trade order, already fragile and strained by the COVID-19 pandemic and geopolitical tensions, braces for another shock. Trump's past actions, including the imposition of tariffs on Chinese goods during his first term, have left many countries wary of his intentions. As the new administration takes shape, the world waits to see if Trump will moderate his views or double down on his protectionist agenda. The stakes are high, and the potential consequences of a renewed trade war are far-reaching. If you want to stay updated on the latest developments in the US-China trade war and other global economic news, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for notifications. Your support helps us bring you more insightful content. Enjoy watching. Trump wasted no time in delivering on his campaign promises. In February 2025, mere weeks after his inauguration, he imposed a series of tariffs on goods from Canada, Mexico, and China. These tariffs, ranging from 10% to 25%, targeted a wide range of products, including steel, aluminum, automobiles, and agricultural goods. These actions sent shockwaves through global markets. The Dow Jones Industrial Average plummeted, erasing months of gains. Businesses, large and small, scrambled to adjust their supply chains and pricing strategies. Consumers braced for higher prices on everyday goods. The Trump administration argued that these tariffs were necessary to protect American jobs and industries from unfair competition. They claimed that China, in particular, had engaged in predatory trade practices, such as intellectual property theft and currency manipulation, for years. However, critics argued that these tariffs were counterproductive and would ultimately harm the American economy. They pointed out that tariffs are essentially taxes on American consumers and businesses, who would bear the brunt of higher prices. Canada, Mexico, and China were quick to retaliate against the U.S. tariffs. Canada imposed tariffs on over $100 billion worth of American goods, targeting products like orange juice, ketchup, and bourbon whiskey. Mexico, too, retaliated with tariffs on a range of U.S. products, including pork, cheese, and apples. China, the largest target of Trump's trade war, responded with tariffs on $60 billion worth of U.S. goods, including soybeans, lobsters, and wine. These tariffs targeted American industries and states that were politically important to Trump, such as agriculture in the Midwest and manufacturing in the Rust Belt. The retaliatory tariffs had a significant impact on American businesses and farmers. American soybean farmers who had relied heavily on exports to China saw their sales plummet. Lobstermen in Maine and winemakers in California faced similar challenges as their products became more expensive in Chinese markets. The trade war also disrupted global supply chains, leading to higher costs and delays for businesses. Companies that relied on components or materials from multiple countries faced significant challenges in navigating the complex web of tariffs and trade barriers. The US-China trade war, reignited and intensified under the second Trump administration, sent ripples of uncertainty and anxiety across the global economy. The interconnected nature of global trade meant that the impact of the tariffs was not confined to the US and China. Countries around the world felt the effects of the trade war as businesses grappled with disrupted supply chains, volatile commodity prices, and weakened consumer demand. The International Monetary Fund, or IMF, warned that the trade war posed a significant threat to global economic growth, forecasting a slowdown in global GDP growth. The trade war also exacerbated geopolitical tensions. The US and China, already locked in a strategic rivalry, saw their relations deteriorate further as they exchanged accusations and retaliatory measures. The trade war cast a long shadow over other areas of cooperation, such as climate change and nuclear non-proliferation. As the trade war dragged on with no end in sight, the world watched nervously. The stakes were high, not just for the US and China, but for the entire global economy. The future, it seemed, hinged on the decisions of two leaders with a penchant for brinkmanship and a disregard for the rules-based international order.